Section 20 of a Traveller's Narrative, written to illustrate the episode of the Bab. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Nicholas James Bridgewater. A Traveller's Narrative, written to illustrate the episode of the Bab, by Abdul-Baha Abbas, translated by Edward Granville Browne. Section 20. Now, since suitable occasion hath arisen, it hath been considered appropriate that some of the precepts of Bahá'u'lláh, which are contained in tracts and epistles, should also be inserted briefly in this treatise, so that the main principles and practice, and their foundations and basis, may become clear and apparent. And these texts have been copied from numerous tracts. Amongst them is this, "Consort with the people of all religions with spirituality and fragrance. Beware lest the zeal of ignorance possess you amongst mankind. All originated from God and returneth unto Him. Verily, He is the source of creation and the goal of the worlds." And amongst them is this, "Ye are forbidden sedition and strife in the books and epistles, and herein I desire naught save your exaltation and elevation, whereunto beareth witness the heaven and its stars, the sun and its radiance, the trees and their leaves, the seas and their waves, and the earth and its treasures. We ask God to continue His saints and strengthen them unto that which befitteth them in this blessed, precious, and wondrous station. And we ask Him to assist those who surround me to act according to that whereunto they have been commanded on the part of the Supreme Pen." And amongst them is this, "The fairest tree of knowledge is this sublime word. Ye are all the fruit of one tree, and the leaves of one branch. Pride is not for him who loves his country, but for him who loves the whole world." And amongst them is this, "Verily, he who educateth his son, or one of the sons of another, it is as though he educated one of my sons. Upon him be the splendor of God and His grace and His mercy which preceded the worlds." And amongst them is this, "O people of Baha, ye have been and are the dawnings of affection and the daysprings of divine grace. Defile not the tongue with cursing or execration of any one, and guard the eye from that which is not seemly. Show forth that which ye have. If it be accepted, the object is attained. If not, interference is vain. Leave him to himself, while advancing toward God, the protecting, the self-subsistent. Be not a cause of grief, much less of strife and sedition. It is hoped that ye will be nurtured in the shade of the lote tree of divine grace, and practice that which God desireth. Ye are all the leaves of one tree, and drops of one sea." Amongst them is this, The faith of God and religion of God hath been revealed and manifested from the heaven of the will of the King of Pre-existence, only for the union and concord of the dwellers upon earth. Make it not a cause of discord and dissension. The principal means and chiefest instrument for bringing about the appearance and irradiance of the luminary of concord is the religion of God and the law of the Lord, while the growth of the world, the education of the nations, and the peace and comfort of those in all lands are through the divine ordinances and decrees. This is the principal means for this most great gift. It giveth the cup of life, bestoweth everlasting life, and conferreth eternal blessedness. The chiefs of the earth, especially the exemplars of divine justice, must make strenuous efforts to guard this state and to upraise and preserve it. So likewise, that which is necessary is inquiry into the condition of the people, and cognizance of the deeds and circumstances of each one of the different classes. We desire of the exemplars of God's power, namely of kings and chiefs, that they will make endeavour, perchance discord may depart out of their midst, and the horizons may be illumined with the light of concord. All must hold to that which floweth from the pen of reminder, and practice it. God witnesseth, and all the atoms of existences testify that we have mentioned that which will be the cause of the exaltation, elevation, education, preservation, and reformation of the dwellers upon earth. We desire of God that He will strengthen His servants. That which this oppressed one seeketh of all is justice and fairness. Let them not be satisfied with listening, let them ponder on what hath become manifest from this oppressed one. I swear by the sun of revelation which hath shone forth from the horizon of the heaven of the kingdom of the Merciful One, that if any other expositor or speaker had been beheld, I would not have made myself an object for the malevolence and the calumnies of mankind." Fini. By these sentences a clue to the principles, ideas, line of conduct, behavior, and intentions of this sect is placed in the hand. Whereas, if we seek to become acquainted with the truth of this matter through the accounts and stories which are in the mouths of men, the truth will be entirely concealed and hidden by reason of their manifold differences and contrariety. It is therefore best to discover the principles and objects of this sect from the contents of their teachings, tracts, and epistles. There is no authority, nor are there any proofs or texts superior to these. For this is the foundation of foundations, and the ultimate criterion. One cannot judge of the generality by the speech or action of individuals, for diversity of states is one of the peculiarities and concomitants of the human race. End of section 20.